Hey, do you know what the golden rule is? Well, it's the principle of treating others the way one wants to be treated. But do you know what's even cooler? Canada has its own golden rule, and it's called the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So what is the Charter of Rights and Freedoms? The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms sets out our rights and freedoms as a Canadian citizen. The Charter is also a significant part of the Constitution, which essentially is a set of laws that outlines basic rules of how our beautiful country should function. The Charter also aligns with Canada's way of living in a democratic society, because the Charter also favors equal rights, fair trial, views on minorities, and freedom of speech. Did you know that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms holds so much value that it basically supersedes all other laws? I mean, what can be better than having a voice that can cause a true change in our federal, provincial, and territorial laws? And it not only gives me a voice, but it also protects my rights and freedoms as a Canadian citizen, and which are essential for keeping Canada a free and democratic society. It also ensures that any government or anyone acting on the behalf of it cannot interfere in my rights and freedoms. And if I ever feel that my rights are being violated, guess what? I can challenge the government and fight for my rights. Being a Canadian citizen with a voice is great, but because of the Constitution, which the Charter is a big part of, Canada as a nation got its own voice. In 1982, everything changed. This is when Canada and its provinces began the collaborative process of bringing home the Constitution, because for years, Canada's original Constitution was a part of the British Parliament. We bring home our Constitution. We finally were in charge. But now, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is kind of like the outline and the blueprint for all laws and bills that need to be passed now. And if a law and bill needs to be passed and does not consist with the rules of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the law may not be valid, which kind of means that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is the CEO of laws in Canada. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms has inspired immense change in the society that we live in today. Over the years, First Nation, Métis, and Inuit rights were protected in Canada, so as linguistic rights for Francophones out of Canada, recognition of the LGBT community, women's reproductive rights, and increased judicial activism, and of course, limiting police powers. The Charter has affected the legal system so much that there's only few consequences, such as if you were ever to challenge the government, it may be time-consuming or expensive. But what could be better than the immense amount of freedom that the Charter provides us, right? Thank you for listening.